Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Ginger London. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I'm excited as I've been throughout this 45 days challenge. And so I'm excited. I'm just popping on just for a few minutes to talk to you today. We're in week number 3, and we're talking about enlarge my territory. And so we're going to be spending a little time on this. A lot of times at the beginning of the year, we're praying for God to do bigger things for us. We have an expectation of bigger things. We want bigger and greater things done in our lives. And so I'm excited. I want you to get excited. So if you have a moment, grab something to write with. If not, be sure to come back, watch the replay so that you don't miss anything. So week 3, enlarge my territory. We've um, already completed the first month of the new year, and we're moving into the second month. And so it is possible to have lost focus on those New Year's resolutions and those goals that you set for the new year. If you didn't stay focused on them, if you didn't put your energy into it, it's a large probability that already some of those have fallen by the wayside. And so again, we're talking uh, today, specifically today, and maybe a little bit more on tomorrow. We're talking about enlarge my territory, and we're going to look at 3 areas: focus, time, and preparation. Focus, time, and preparation. And so I know a lot of times we feel like we're ready for it. Hey, I'm just believing God. I'm waiting on the Spirit of God to move. And sometimes, we're sitting too long and we haven't taken the necessary steps, or a better way to put it is we haven't done our part in making sure that what we're supposed to do, we're doing it so that we can see the enlargement manifest in our lives, in our ministries, in our businesses, in our career, in our family life, in our relationships, uh, a manifestation of enlargement in the way we get along with people on the job, in our communities. If you're a community leader, if you're an activist, how do you want God to enlarge your territory? What is your territory? Remember, I said once before, we can't service everybody, but the people that we are assigned to serve, you have to be doing something for them to know that you are the person that they need to connect to. So determine what your territory is, and what is it that you want God to enlarge. Don't just pray enlarge my territory. Know what you're praying for and what you're praying about, and who it is that you're supposed to serve. So today we're going to spend some time just talking on focus. I'm briefly gonna give you some kingdom principles on focus. Take note. I want, or at least play it over and over again until it gets into your spirit. Faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word of God. Make sure that you meditate on this, have Selah moments, where you're pondering this and really thinking about what it is that you need to be focused on if you want God to enlarge your territory. And what are those things that you need to remove from your vision so that you don't become distracted in what God is calling you to do. And so, in most cases, the only reason people fail is because of broken focus. They've lost sight of of the goal. They lost sight of the dream. They lost sight of um, the vision. They had broken focus. No matter what that is that caused the focus to be broken, it became broken. And so there was a failure in that person's life. You didn't accomplish the goal. You didn't get the promotion on the job. You didn't do what you wanted to do in ministry, or at least you didn't accomplish what you thought that particular event was going to accomplish, because you broke your focus. And you, instead of focusing on that, you focus on something else. And so it didn't turn out like you thought it was going to turn out. So the only reason most people fail is because of broken focus. Focus is very important in achieving your goals in life, achieving your goals in ministry, achieving your goals in your career, or in your business. Focus is very important. How do you destroy someone's goal? You break their focus, right? You break their focus. You give them another goal. You give up. How do you destroy a dream? You give a person another dream, right? You break their focus. It's important for you to know in your life at this time, specifically what God is telling you to do for this year. specifically the goals that you are to attain this year. If somebody comes along and they want to give you another goal, give you another dream, give you another vision, if you fall prey to that, then you're going to lose focus. Now, if your mentor is speaking into your life and telling you why you need to change something about the goal or change the goal, have an ear to hear that, because that's the person that you trust and that's the person that's assigned to help you. So I'm not speaking um in reference to you came up with something which sounds good to you. Remember, I said a few days ago, two are better than one. So you need somebody to be accountable to. So if you have a mentor and the mentor is speaking into your life and the mentor is pointing out some things that are not the most are not the best for the goal that, or saying to you, hey, this goal that you've chosen this year, you may not be ready for this particular goal. Let's see if we can scale this back and choose another goal that will get you to the bigger picture. Though that voice you need to listen to. But if somebody's coming to change your goal altogether, then you may want to step back and say, listen, I have my goal, I have my vision, I have my assignment for this year, and I'm not going to venture from that. So if it's anything that you're telling me that's not lining up with what I already know I'm supposed to do this year, then I'm not going to be able to take that on. So, how does another goal or another dream break your focus? It causes fragments in your focus and it dilutes your energy, right? It causes fragments in his focus, in your focus or her focus, and it dilutes his or her energy. So, that's important. When it causes fragments, then you're not seeing the clear picture. You know what you're supposed to be seeing, but now something else has come into view. And now all of a sudden, you got all these pieces you're looking at, but none of them seem to gel. None of them seem to be able to come together. It dilutes your energy. You started off great this year, focused on the right goal, moving in the right direction. Somebody comes along, they have another goal that looks good. It's a shiny object they're waving in front of you. And what happens? Now you put all your energy into chasing that rabbit. And so now when it dilutes your energy, when you finish chasing a rabbit you can't catch, you're trying to now come back to focus on what you should have been doing. And now your energy is not at the top of his game, if you will. You don't have the good energy to focus on your own dream, on your own goal, on your own vision, because it's been diluted because you ventured off and your focus got broken. So it's important that you don't allow anyone to break your focus. So I'm going to give you 5 focus principles that I want you to write down. I want you to get it into your spirit, ponder what I'm saying, and then realize that focus is important for your life. Number 1, focus determines mastery. What you focus on the longest is going to master you. Whatever masters you is going to grab your focus. So if you determine to focus on the right thing, then you will master that thing. However, if you allow something else to grab your attention and it holds on to your attention, then it's going to uh, keep your attention and it's going to master you. So make sure that wherever your focus is something that you want to master. So if you have a goal that you're pursuing, whatever steps you need to take to accomplish that goal, to bring the dream to a manifestation, that's what you need to master. And you can only do that when you're focused on that particular thing. Anything that grabs your attention is going to master you. So, again, if anything comes into your view that breaks your focus, it's going to master you, and you'll be struggling trying to get to where God wants you to go. Anything that has the ability to keep your attention has mastered you. So make sure the only thing that has the ability to keep your attention is the direction that God wants you to go this year, the goal that you're supposed to accomplish this year, the dream that you're supposed to manifest this year. I don't care what that is, writing a book, starting a ministry, starting online ministries, online teaching ministries, starting a business. It doesn't matter what it is, getting a promotion on your job, advancing in your career in some capacity. It doesn't matter what it is, building a stronger family life, whatever that is. If it has the ability to keep your attention, then it has mastered you. So if you focus on the right thing will master you, and you will see the manifestation of what you desire this year. Your assignment or your goals will require every thought, every cent, and every hour of your life. That does not mean that you become so um, obsessed with it that you can't function healthily, in a healthy way, rather, in life. But it does mean that when I say every thought, that my thoughts are not wandering off. It doesn't mean that I'm so wrapped up into this goal that I can't think about anything else. It means that the good part of my thought life, the great part of my thought life for the day is focused on accomplishing that goal. If I focus on building a stronger family relationship, then I know that my mind is eventually going to tell everything else what to do. If I focus on advancing in my career, then I know that I'm going to put forth the energy to do to make projects happen, or whatever type of job you have. You're going to do the necessary thing so that you can develop your skills, so that your gift will make room for you. Your gift will bring you into places that you're desiring to go. So make sure that your assignment or your goals in life requires, well, you give every thought to it, every cent to it, every hour of your life. Cent meaning your money, right? So that doesn't mean, we got daily things in life we pay for. But those are things that we buy that we don't need. And then we look at it and say, hey, I could have taken a class. I could have signed up for a webinar. I could have done a lot of things with that money. But instead, I blew $75 on lunch this week. That's $75 I could have invested into my dream, invested in my business. And I spent $100, 150, 200 eating out dinner every night every night last week. Let me rethink that, because now I'm looking at, I need to buy something that I need for my business, or I need for my ministry. If I'm going to have an online teaching ministry, now I got to pay for a subscription on a platform where I can house these courses, right? Where I can actually teach on this platform. I got to, some are free, some mostly are not free now, right? So I'm looking at $200 I spent last week eating out when I had food that I could have prepared in home. And so I'm looking at $200 I can't get back, but 200 that could have been planted into the business or into the vision that God has given me for this year. So make sure every hour of your life, meaning those, I'm going to call them energy hours, is what I'm going to call them. So energy hours are those hours where you're at your best, you're at your peak. Your thoughts and your mind energy is alert. Your mind is alert. You physically, you're not exhausted. You're not sluggish. You're not feeling tired. So your energy is at its very best. So I'm going to say those are the hours of your life that I'm talking about. Take those hours and make sure that you spend the bulk of those hours in doing what God has called you to do. I know it's hard for some people. If you're starting something or you're doing something, you may also have a job, and you might be full-time somewhere. Again, make sure you save. Not that you don't do well on your job, but it's hard when you're coming home and you're trying to focus on the vision God has given you, and now you're sluggish and you're tired. Find a way to keep your energy up. I say plan everything. So you have to find a way to work on what your vision, when your energy is alert, when your energy is high, when your energy is healthy and not sluggish, right? So that means you may have to wake up a few hours earlier with that energy, just so before you start on your job, the bulk of that morning, you've given at least 2 hours or hour and a half to what you say you want to do this year, right? While you're alert, you've rested. Now you're getting ready to start your day. So before I start on the job, let me start on the vision. So find a way to move in or stay in the flow of making, bringing into fruition what God has called you to do this year. All right. Number 2, your focus determines your energy. So we just talked about energy. It determines your energy, right? If you're a couch potato and you're focused on being that, you're focused on being watching, you're focused on catching up on TV shows, that takes planning too. And that takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to be a couch potato. You think it doesn't, but it does, right? It takes a lot of energy, and it takes energy from you. So your focus determines your energy. So if I focus on what it is I say I want to do this year, then that's where my energy is going to go. Why? Because I'm going to make sure strategically each day there's a part of my day where I'm alert and where I'm full of energy, where I'm focusing on it, even if it's only 30 minutes, even if it's only 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to block off that 1 hour to focus on that goal, to focus on the dream, focus on the ministry, to do what I need to do to start the business or move the business to the next level. It doesn't matter what it is. Make sure that you focus on it, and make sure your energy, that the energy that you give to it is the energy that is full of vibrant movement. That's the way I'm going to say that, where you are in the flow of what God has called you for. Number 3, what you look at the longest become the strongest in your life. So if you know that you want to see a manifestation, you want your territory enlarged, look at your goal, look at your territory, look at your vision, look at the things that you should be doing right now to have an enlargement process start flow in your life happening. So what is it that you need to do? Maybe if you are working a job, you need to take your lunch hour. Fix a sandwich. I know we all want these elaborate lunches and stuff in our faces. Scale back. Fix a sandwich or something that lunch you could pop into the microwave right quick at work. But then the bulk of that, if you have an hour, take a 15, 20 minutes to eat. But the rest of that, go somewhere quiet, even if it's in your car. Focus on what you want to do. Focus on your goal. Focus on your vision. Focus on it. Because if you don't, every day, you're going to come up with a reason why you didn't do more that day. But if you schedule it for the day, then you'll do it. If it's in the planner and you're following the planner, you're going to do it. So make sure that you focus on that. So number 3, what you look at the longest become the strongest in your life. Number 4, broken focus creates insecurity and instability in everything around you. James 1:8 talks about a double-minded man being unstable in all of his ways. Not just unstable in the vision when you're not focused on it. Not just unstable in the action steps you should be taking right now. Not just unstable in writing down your plans for the day. Not just in those areas. A double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. So broken focus creates insecurity and instability in everything around you. When things don't fall into place the way they're supposed to because your focus is broken, now you become insecure in in certain areas around it and unstable. That means that now you're unsure. Hey, maybe I shouldn't have, maybe this is not the calling on my life. Maybe this wasn't the goal for the year. Maybe I shouldn't be pursuing this promotion on the job. And what happens then? You become unstable. Unstable meaning, hey, now if you're thinking that, you're going to cut back. You're not going to put your best foot forward. You're going to do good on today, but Tuesday, you're not going to do good. Wednesday, you'll perform well. So on the job, they won't know what to do with you because you're not going to be consistent in how you're performing. You're not going to be consistent in how you're carrying out your ministry assignment, or you're not going to be consistent in business. You're not going to be consistent. So you're going to be insecure, and then you're going to be unstable, right? In all of your ways. And then number 5, sight affects desire. Whatever you're staring at, that's what you're going to desire. Staring at the wrong thing, desire the wrong thing, right? But when you're staring at what has been purpose for your life, your desire purpose. So keep your focus, keep your eyes on what God has called you to do, what it is that you're planning to do with your life this year. Put your sight on your goals, your visions, and that desire to accomplish them will begin to build in your life. And you'll start taking those necessary steps. You'll start moving in that direction. You won't fall back on it. If you do, you know how to pick yourself up and you know how to keep moving, right? Keep moving. Everything may not happen as neatly and as easily as you want them or would like to plan for them to happen. But if you're on track, make sure you stay on track. If you're on track, All you have to do is pick yourself up, shake the dust off, and keep moving. Don't let anything distract you or cause you to believe that what you're doing is not what God has purposed for you to do. If you know that you know that you know that this is what you're supposed to do this year, keep your focus on the right thing. What you keep looking upon will eventually you'll pursue it. And if you're looking at the wrong thing, you're going to pursue it, right? It's the same. A good example is like a relationship or potential relationship. You're looking at the wrong person to cook up with, but because you're constantly looking at them, you're constantly calling, you're going to pursue it. You're going to keep pursuing it until you have a bad experience with the person, something goes wrong, but you're looking at something that's not for you. And as long as you're looking at it, it's going to affect your desire and you're going to pursue it. So if you're going to pursue something, pursue the godly thing that's been purposed for your life. Pursue the right things in life. Pursue your goal, pursue the vision, walk out, pursue the steps you're supposed to take, pursue anything that you're supposed to be achieving uh, in your life this year. Make sure that you pursue those things. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, everybody. Have an awesome kind of day. When we come back with part two, we're going to talk about time. Remember, if you've been following my teaching, you know when it comes to time management, I tell you schedule everything. I don't care what it is. Coffee break, I don't care. Schedule everything. So God bless you, everybody. Take care, and we'll talk soon.